You ever meet someone who changes your life completely, but you don't even know their name? That happened to me once. A total stranger. No Instagram handle, no Facebook profile, not even a WhatsApp number. Just a random encounter on an ordinary day that flipped my whole mindset upside down. And the funny part, at first, I didn't even want to listen to him. I thought, here comes another uncle with free advice. But what he said stayed with me like an echo I couldn't shake off, and it ended up teaching me the meaning of real success. So picture this, I was having one of those days where life feels like a bad Bollywood movie. You know the type, nothing works out, and even background music in your head sounds like a sad flute. I had just failed at something I'd been hyping myself up for. My friends were busy, my family was on my case, and my bank account was so empty it was basically echoing. I thought, great, this is it. This is the part where the audience claps for the hero's downfall. Except I wasn't the hero. I was just nobody. I was sitting on a broken bench near a tea stall, sulking like the world's most dramatic extra. And then he showed up. Not in a grand entrance, not riding a white horse, just a regular middle-aged guy with tired eyes and a smile that made you wonder if he knew some secret. He asked if he could share the bench. I shrugged like, sure, welcome to my throne of misery. He ordered tea for himself, and, out of nowhere, one for me too. I didn't even know him, but hey, free chai is free chai. Then he started talking, not about politics, not about cricket, but about life. And I'll be honest, my first thought was, here we go again, another random lecture. I nodded like a polite statue, waiting for the moment to escape. But then he said something that froze me mid-sip. He said, you look like you've lost today, but I can tell you haven't even started the real game. I wanted to laugh. What game? I couldn't even win Ludo with my cousins. But there was something about the way he said it. Calm, not preachy, almost like he'd been exactly where I was. We ended up talking for hours. He told me his own story about how he once had nothing, literally slept on train platforms, and people told him to quit chasing dreams. But instead of quitting, he learned to keep moving one small step at a time. He didn't make it sound like a fairy tale. He made it sound messy, ugly, and real. And I believed him because his shoes looked like they had walked through more storms than I'd even seen. What shook me was that he never once told me to be successful. He just kept saying, don't stop walking. Even if you walk slowly, just don't stop. And that line hit me harder than any motivational speech on YouTube ever could. Because for the first time, I realized maybe success wasn't about reaching some perfect finish line. It was about refusing to sit permanently on that broken bench where I was sulking. By the time he left, I didn't even ask his name. It felt like he was meant to stay a stranger. Someone who shows up, drops a truth bomb on your tea, and disappears. But that one meeting, it rewired my entire mindset. You know what I realized after that day? We spend so much time chasing this shiny idea of success, like it's hiding at the end of a rainbow, guarded by a leprechaun with a Wi-Fi password. But success isn't some magical jackpot you suddenly stumble upon. It's more like chai, brewed slowly, sometimes too hot, sometimes too bitter. But if you're patient, eventually, it's just right. That stranger didn't tell me how to get rich, how to buy cars, or how to impress the world. He gave me something much more dangerous perspective. He made me see that success is not in the trophies, not in the applause, and definitely not in the number of likes on your Instagram reel. Success is hidden in the boring part, the days when you don't feel like moving, but you do anyway. The mornings when you're tired, but you still show up. The moments when nobody is clapping, nobody is watching, and you still keep walking. That's success, my friend. It's not sexy, but it's solid. And let's be honest, we all want the shortcut, right? We want the elevator to success. But life only gives us the stairs. And these aren't even clean marble stairs. They're the dirty, squeaky, uneven ones where sometimes you slip and fall on your face. But here's the punchline: the more times you climb those ugly stairs, the stronger your legs get. One day, when someone asks, "How did you get here?" you'll be able to say, "Bro, I didn't just walk. I crawled, tripped, and occasionally rolled my way up." And that's way cooler than saying, "Oh, I got lucky." The stranger's words taught me something else too. We often think success is this giant leap, like some superhero jump where you land perfectly with background music. But no, it's small steps, tiny wins. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever, sitting on that broken bench while life moves on without you. But if you start now, even messy, even clumsy, those small steps add up to miles before you even notice. And don't get me wrong, failing is part of the deal. I mean, look at me. I've failed more times than my phone battery has died at 1%. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's the tuition fee you pay to graduate into it. Every time you fail, you're not starting from zero. You're starting from experience. The stranger didn't give me a map, he gave me a compass. And that compass said, "Keep going, even if you're lost, because moving is better than rotting." You know what else? Success is deeply personal. We let the world sell us this one size, fits, all version big house, fancy car, six-pack abs. But maybe for you, success is helping your family, building something small but yours, or just waking up every day and not giving up. If you measure your success by someone else's ruler, you'll always feel short. That stranger reminded me, write your own definition. For him, success was not about showing off. It was about surviving storms and still being able to smile over a cup of chai. And here's the comic twist. Sometimes, success looks really unimpressive to others. Like you finally managed to wake up at 6 a.m. and your friend's like, "So what?" But you know what? To you, it's huge. To you, that's a victory. Success isn't always the fireworks. Sometimes it's the tiny spark in a dark room. If you honor those sparks, one day you'll light up the whole place. The truth is, we're all waiting for some stranger, some moment, some miracle, to come and rescue us. But maybe the stranger isn't out there. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one who has to stand up, look at yourself in the mirror, and drop the truth bomb you've been avoiding. Don't stop walking. That's it. That's the whole secret. The stranger said it once, and it's been echoing in my head ever since. Because if you keep walking, eventually, even slowly, you'll outrun the version of yourself that was ready to quit. So when life knocks you down, when people laugh, when the bench feels too comfortable, remember this: success is not about proving them wrong. It's about proving yourself right. Every small effort, every messy attempt, every silent step forward is building the life you dream of. And even if nobody sees it now, one day they will. And they'll say, "Wow, you came out of nowhere." But you'll know the truth. You came out of persistence. So if there's one thing you take from this story, let it be this: don't wait for the perfect moment, don't wait for applause, and don't wait for someone else to validate your journey. Just keep walking. Even if the world doesn't notice today, even if it feels pointless, one day you'll look back and realize every small step was leading you somewhere bigger. That stranger taught me success without even meaning to, and maybe today, through me, he just taught you too. And listen, I'm nobody. I'm not a guru. I'm not a millionaire handing out secrets. I'm just like you, figuring it out one chai at a time. But if a nobody like me can find strength from a random conversation and turn it into fuel, then so can you. Because the truth is, success is not for the chosen few. It's for the stubborn ones who refuse to sit still. If this story hit you somewhere deep, don't just keep it to yourself. Share it, drop a comment, tell me your version of the stranger who changed your life. And if you're new here, join the Nobody Mindset family. Because together, we're turning ordinary struggles into extraordinary stories.